Thank you, Don. Let me bring in John Plueger, the CEO of Air Lease Corp. And we're going to talk about the MAX in just a little bit, but I have to ask about this news that just came out within the last hour.
Sure.
Airbus launches the A321 XLR.
Right.
And who is placing an order for 27 of those but Air Lease? Tell me about why you're so optimistic about this plane.
Look, this is going to be a great complement to the Airbus A320-21 family. We were a launch customer on the 321LR Neo. This aircraft, the XLR, even adds further range and capability to that aircraft type, common cockpit all the way around. We're getting extremely strong expressions of interest in that aircraft from a lot of our customers globally. So it's a very easy and natural thing for us to do, and we believe it's going to be a blockbuster.
This is all about connecting city pairs that are farther apart.
Yes.
Maybe a little bit smaller cities than people would expect.
Yes.
But there's demand there, right?
There's huge demand there, and the great advantage of the 321 XLR to an airline is not having to fly a wide body on some of these city pairs that really don't demand it.
Right.
Listen, your profitability, and in fact, I would add your environmental sustainability and contribution is optimized when you have the right size aircraft for the mission. And this is the right size aircraft for those segment lengths up to about 4,700 nautical miles, which is just about what the 757 was. So this is really, in our view, kind of a true 757 replacement, but on a much more fuel-efficient basis.
We'll talk about the rest of that order in just a bit, but I have to ask you about the 737 MAX.
Yes.
You have a number of these, and your clients, the airlines that you're leasing these planes out
Yes.
to, they're parked.
Yes.
And your clients are saying, I'm getting a little bit to that point where I got to start thinking about the holiday busy rush. When do they have to make that decision?
That depends upon the airline, Phil. Obviously, most of the airlines have taken care of their summer lift. So for the largest airlines and with their resources, it's a little bit easier for them to adapt. And if there's a delay that goes into the holiday season, they can substitute a little bit more. But for the smaller airlines, they have to start planning earlier and earlier and earlier. So there is no universal question as to when, but it is a function of size. Smaller airlines just have less resources. They need to have planning a little bit more efficiently. So I can't tell you when. That's an individual decision for each airline, but certainly some of them are looking at that.
What does your gut say in terms of when regulators say it's good to go and we start to see it flying again?
Phil, I wish I could comment. I just don't know. Clearly, everyone is looking at the regulators for their endorsement of the Boeing fix. We've reviewed the Boeing fix, and we believe we have confidence in it. But it really is up to the regulators and Boeing to prove to everyone, to us as buyers, to the airlines who operate the aircraft, and most importantly to the traveling public, that this aircraft is in fact safe, and they've made it even more safe.
Does your gut say it happens, let's say, by August 31st, or does your gut say we're looking at sometime in the October timeframe?
My gut is poor on this, Phil. I'm not trying to avoid the question, but I just don't know. And again, it's all in the hand of regulators. And when it's in the hands of regulators, far be it from us to sort of second guess that process. I do think that all the regulators are working very diligently with safety as the number one conscience, collaboratively, FAA, EASA, China, Canada, the Boeing company. I think if there's anything good that comes out of this, I believe it will introduce a new era of collaboration across the industry and across the regulatory authorities.
Real quick, because I've got to run here in a second. Optimism about the market overall. We're going to see fewer orders at the show this year.
You will, yes.
But what's your general take on the airline market right now?
So I think, look, it's probably a little bit subdued because of the MAX situation right now. But nevertheless, I think overall the airlines are still optimistic long term. And we wouldn't be making this order if the airlines weren't expressing that to us. And if we didn't feel it ourselves, again, let me hone in on environmental sustainability. The only way the airline industry can meet and target its objectives is to fly these fuel-efficient aircraft and to replace all of the older aircraft. That's a huge driver today. And this and many other factors gives us a lot of long-term confidence.